Alrighty, we'll get back to part 2 here. Alrighty, here we have the vase, and it's got slightly altered vase. And this vase is going to be blue on the bottom and red on the top. So this is our blue glaze and our high-speed mixer. Taken the hydrometer and mic'd the glaze. So here we go, first coat. Here we go, listen to me. We're immersing the pot up to this point here, and we're going to count seconds. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000. We're going to take the pot out of the glaze, slightly spin it around, and the glaze is now starting to haze over, and we're going to go back into the glaze again. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000. And then we're coming out of the glaze again, not shaking the pot, just letting the glaze sort of drip off naturally. And as you can see real quick here, the pot is starting to haze over. You see the shininess going away? Okay, here's a first coat pot. No drips, no runs, no errors, and the glaze is evenly applied to the bottom portion of this pot. And now, that is considered in my shop first coat. That's the first coat of glaze. Clean the bottom off slightly from the wax. And we're going to set her down, and we're going to go to the next pot. Here's a slightly altered pinch pot, rolled rim with little holes in it, and we're going to do this in blue and red also. Also recommend that you stir your glaze every time you put a pot in. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000. Pot's coming out sort of shiny. Glaze is starting to haze over, and we're going back in for the second dip. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, and I'm going to come your way real quick here and let you see this pot start to haze over. Watch it hazing. Here it goes. It's hazing over. You see the top's not shiny anymore. The bottom's hazing. And now the glaze is fairly set. But remember, we've saturated the inside of the pot with the water going into the glaze, and this will not accept a second color now. We must wait till tomorrow and make sure that the pot is bone dry again to do the second coat. Okay, over here we are at the same thing. These are oil candles. This is a very popular item in Pit of the Potter. Waxed on the bottom. We're going to do these blue and red tops. So here we're going to do the same thing on this one again with the same count. And I'm counting it myself, folks. You don't have to count out loud, although I do that for the video. Keep it clean, hazing over. We got second coat of the first coat. And I'll tell you why we do that. The reason we do the second dip is the pot's pretty much saturated at the second dip. But if your bisque is thick, or if it's starting to release bubbles, what you want to do is the second coat will absolutely cover in the bubbles, fill in the holes from the gases being released from the bisque pot, and you won't have any any bubbles or any drips. And I guess I'm going to bring this real close to the camera and show you that first coat. And you can see how like very, very even it is. There's a little bit of a dark drip spot there. That'll come out. And of course we haven't done the top of the pot yet. That'll get done in red. Alrighty. And everything else is pretty much the same. Here's a nice bowl here, a footed bowl. And this bowl is going to get a blue glaze. So what we're going to do on this bowl is we're going to mix our glaze again. And let me tell you a little bit about the tongs here, okay? Tongs sometimes leave tong marks in pots. And depending on the tongs and the pot, you might want to do something to correct that. Here's tip number 1. Wet your tongs in the glaze that you're going to put on the pot. That'll help with the drip spots. So I'm going to attach this firmly to the pot, and I've just stirred my glaze and it's still moving. And we're going to go into this glaze for 1 coat of glaze, which is 2 dips. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000. Here we come out, turn the pot over and turn it around to keep the glaze going even. And there's actually on this one you can sort of see little pinholes appearing. And it's hazed over now, so we're going back in for the second dip of the first coat. 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000. We're coming out. We're turning the pot to keep the glaze equal and also get it to come nicely around the rim. Twisting a little bit here. And then we're going to clean the top of this pot with a sponge as best we can. Don't touch the glaze. And there's some glazes that you can repair if you scratch them or something like that. There's other glazes that just won't work that way. So here's a dipped bowl with a wax foot, and this is sort of finished. Alrighty, well, I'm not going to show you all the pots. Well, maybe I could. I think what I'll do is I'm going to turn the camera over to the red section here. We'll do part 3 or whatever it turns out to be. And we'll take a look at it at the second process, because I dipped a pot yesterday just for this purpose.